Okay, in this T-Rex math video, we're going to be looking at Investigation 2, Problem 2.4, Interior and Exterior Angles of Polygons. And our focus question is, what is an exterior angle of a polygon, and what do you know about the measures of exterior angles? So up until this point, we've been looking at regular polygons and irregular polygons, and we have been focusing in on the interior angle measures and the sums of these interior angles that you see that I just highlighted. So to go a step further, we're going to start to investigate the new idea or the new learning target of what makes an exterior angle and what happens when we take an exterior angle of a polygon and add it to all the other exterior angles that exist on the polygon. So let's connect this to what we already know from previous problems and investigations. If we look at the vertices of this irregular polygon, which happens to be a pentagon, we already know from previous lessons that we can find the sum of the angle measures inside this irregular polygon by connecting one vertex to the rest. So we know that the sum of the angle measures of an irregular pentagon is 180 multiplied by 3, since there's 3 triangles, and we get an interior angle sum of 540. But now we're going to be looking at the section just outside of the irregular polygon, and that's considered an exterior angle. So if we look at the exterior angle and we're to rotate clockwise, that would mean that we're going to take each of the exterior angles and turn them clockwise or to the right. So if I extend this line segment and I measure this angle, if I extend this line segment and measure that angle, this line segment, measure this angle, and this line segment over here and measure this angle, those are the exterior angles that are moving in a clockwise direction. We can also look at an irregular polygon like this quadrilateral, and again relating it to what we already know. If you look at these interior angles, these green angles here, we know that those angles add up to 360 degrees. But what if we looked at these exterior angles and notice that the ones that I'm pointing out to you right now are now going in a counter clockwise direction. So I'm referring to these blue angles that are stemming on the outside of those interior angles, and notice that they're going in a counterclockwise direction. So those are the exterior angles that we're going to be investigating. Now take a look at this picture here. This comes from page 50 of your student textbook. So if you want to take a white binder from the center of the table, we can see that members of the Columbia Triathlon Club train by bicycling around the polygonal path shown. They start at vertex A and go to vertices B, C, D, and E, and then they return to A and start another lap. So that's what this diagram shows us. At each vertex, the cyclists have to make a left turn through an exterior angle of the polygon. So they're referring to these turns that I'm highlighting in red. So we notice that those are going counterclockwise. So what I'd like you to do at this point, if you're ready, is turn to page 50 in your student textbook that's in the white binder, and go ahead and turn to page 50 looking at part A. And I'd like you to work with someone in the class to figure out a little bit more about part A in question 1. It's going to ask you about the sum of the left turn exterior angles, and see if you can figure out some of the answers to those practice questions in part A. Just give it a try, and we will revisit this tomorrow in class.